Hello world. As always, it's all about Yah. I don't usually plug myself, but I have to plug this book, Yahology, that I've written. I've uploaded it to Kindle. It's for sale for $7.77. I assure you, you need to go out and cop that. But while we're here today, I'm not just going to plug myself. I'm going to shine a little light for you. I'm going to drop a little science, a little truth. But first of all, we need to understand that in order to receive this treasure, we're going to have to get into the succession of the letter J. The letter J came out of the letter I, and the I came out of the Y. All three used to have the Y sound connotation. And the succession of such is also with words. Words with those beginning letters often had these similar sounds depending on when the word came out. So, to give you an example, let's take the word Hebrew Israelites of Jerusalem. Now, if we do an etymological analysis of the word Hebrew, we know that it came out of the Greek, and if you read it, if you study that, it looks like Hebrew. But at that time, the I connotation had a Y sound. It was actually the Yahweh. And if you look at the word Israel, I'm sure everyone has seen the terminology Yisrael, the way it's spelled with a Y. That is because at that time it was a Y sound. It was the Yashrael, and for the stuck-up Christian who every time they hear Allah or something like that, or another dialect, they tend to get a little puffed up. The guttural sound O is the same as saying El. So, like saying Israel, it's Yashra Allah. It's all the same. So when we get into the word Jerusalem and the succession of the letter J, we're talking about Yaru Shalom. So Yabri Yashra'Allah Yah Shalom. So Yaru Shalom, excuse me. So there really was no such thing as a Hebrew Israelite. They didn't call themselves that back in the day. So why would we call ourselves that today? It just shows a lack of knowledge, in my opinion. Jacob, Israel. No, how about Yaqub and Yashrael or Yashrael? So, as a black man in America today, I see a group called the Black Hebrew Israelites. As a black man today, it's rather impossible to include yourself into one of the 12 tribes genealogically, regionally for that time today. But I would also say that it's impossible to exclude you as well as a black man. I know there's a pride there, but I see people that may get puffed up saying that they are from the original tribe of Judah, but that shows a lack of knowledge right there as well, because it was the tribe of Yahudah. And if you are an adherent of the religion of Yahology, if you are an adherent of learning the study of Yah, then we must come to a higher level of understanding. So, Yabri Yashrael Yaru Shalom, Hebrew Israelites of Jerusalem. Now, associated with the 12 tribes, the term Yahudah, the ethno-religious group, the ethno meaning this was their ethnicity and their religion, it was their culture in a tribe. This Yahudah, the cultural aspect, the etymological breakdown of the term Yahudah comes out of the Greek, Eudesmos. If you look at the E, but it has the Y sound at the time, it was the Eudesmos, and then into the Latin, Eudesmus, and then into the English, Judaism. You know, change the Y to the Y sound into the J, and then they just drop the U-S on the, at the end. The ism is the ism. So the game went from ethno-religious to denominimological. You have to understand that a denominim is a name given to a person when they are from a particular region, generally named after that region. If you are from Rome, you're a Roman. If you are from Texas, you're a Texan. If you are from Israel, you're an Israeli or an Israelite. So, today. So, the ethno-religious culture, when it comes to a tribe, has been lost, in my opinion. And people are in search of that truth, and that truth has been all put together for you in that book, Yahology. The denominimological aspect, the denominums, exactly when and how that went down, it went from a people in a place to a place for people. How and when do we say? Well, most Caucasian Jews that you see today have the original characteristics of the Yahweh, if you want to get into such, are what we term Bulanids in society. Between 750 and 850 BC, King Bulan was the king of the Khazars, and he was the one that led the conversion of the Khazars to Judaism. This is it 101, Google 101. This is the Roman, European, Caucasian bloodline reasoning for the Jewish having the original characteristics of the original today. So on 11/29/1947, the UN partitioned Palestine into two states, one Arab and one Jewish. And on May 14th, 1948, the State of Israel was created. Now, this created a denominative situation, but with no ethnical, tribal culture. And there's evidence of this in all of the syncretic movements. Syncretic, when we say syncretic, we mean synthesized movements. We mean Jews for Jesus, Jewish Buddhists, or the Messianic Jew who believe, that Jesus was God and not Yah. Hebrew Israelites, that's a syncretic movement. And again, with the black Hebrew Israelites, I assure you, you guys need to adhere to the Yahology. It'll be a higher level of comfort for you and a lot less confrontational. The truth is unmitigated, and you can't be confounded by simple terminologies and etymologies of words like black. What is black? African? Okay. What is Hebrew? Well, Hebrew is Greek. English, as an English dialect out of some Greek. So what is that? I'm an African, Greek person from Israel after 1948. It really makes no sense to say, I'm a black Hebrew Israelite, especially how we know how the state of Israel came down, and when we get into the etymologies of the word, and we know that it was all about Yah and a tribe and not a state. It was about a people in a place and not a place for the people. So most Jews today in that state of Israel that is called today are secular. What do you mean by secular? I mean they have Jewish identity through denominations. We see that. But they have lost the cultural aspect of the tribe in its beginning. The religious belief and practice is gone for the most part. So Yahology moves all Abrahamic faith adherence to the highest level of truth. Now we agree again, like we create one fold when we do this, without spot or blemish. So if you can be a Christian, you can be a Yahologist. You a Jew, you can be a Yahologist. A Muslim, you can be a Yahologist. A black Hebrew Israelite, you can be a Yahologist. You remember, you study Yah. That's what it's all about. We all have Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob in the beginning. Christians, you say Allah every day of the week. When you say the word El Shaddai and all that, no, Allah Shaddai. And same thing with the Muslims. The El that you just have no idea what they're talking about. It's just different connotations and dialects. That El is your Allah. So, again, I'm going to go ahead and plug that book, Yahology. It's an ebook on Kindle. It's available for $7.77, and that's for a reason. You see, I have a couple of books on there for $177.77, but I am making this available for the people. This should be available for everyone. My goal is to sell 144,000 copies. That may help 144,000 people make an informed Rebellitic decision. Thank you for your time. See you at the crossroads.